let's get here set up. Okay, there we are. What's going on there? All right. Hello. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to Ask Me Anything coffee sessions with me. This is a time where you can ask advice, get some free coaching, and overall updates on the biz today. If you're new to me, my name is Tina Marie. I'm a mindset and success coach for overwhelmed entrepreneurs. I help them clear their chaos in their business so they can make more impact and income. So today's coffee chat it's a very big question I get in my discovery calls, and even something that I asked myself years ago when I want to invest in a coach. I do have a few questions that people have sent me. So we'll go over those, but we'll get started here. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. Come say hello in the comments, and I'll make sure to say hello and use hashtag replay. All right. So 5 ways that you can find money to invest in a coach. The biggest thing that I hear about coaches and investing in them is people say they don't have the time or the money. But if working with a coach could accelerate your success, then we need to find ways to find the time to work with a coach and find money. So today I'm actually going to talk about 5 ways that you can find money to invest in a coach. And some of them you probably already think of or not think of, but these are the top 5 that we don't necessarily have to go into debt for. So the first one is budget for one. Between your personal income, if you're still working at a job, and your business, portion out a part of what you're bringing in for a coach. A lot of times I tell my clients when they're working with me, I teach them the profit first model. Is a portion of your profits that you save into a long-term savings account can go into investing, working with a coach one-on-one, or you can work on being in one of their group programs. So look at ways that you can cut back expenses. Are you spending a ton of money eating out? Are you spending a ton of money in Starbucks? Do you really need to buy that brand new iPhone that costs like $1,000? Those are the things that we really need to think of, that we really need. To me, it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term return on investment. So that way in the future, you could just buy that iPhone outright because you have elevated your business. So think of ways that you can cut back on things that you don't need right now to save some of that money to put towards a business coach. Second is whether you're working your side hustle now, but what are other ways that you can make money? Either finding a part-time job. I was working as a bartender to make some money to help pay off my debt and to invest in my business. Can you do that once or twice a week? I know with COVID and everything, things are a little different now, but when it comes to your skills, what are you really good at? Are you very good at organizing? Can you be a virtual assistant and freelance for a little bit? Can you take pictures? Can you bake goods? That's what I did before we started the catering company. I baked, just did like cheesecakes and pies and stuff like that on the side just to make extra money. So what are some ways that you can utilize the skills that you already have, the talents that you already have to make more money, just to get some quick gigs? Number 3 is, do you have items that you can sell on eBay or Etsy or what's the other platform? I think there's a platform where you can sell your clothes in exchange. So think about that. That way you can make some money there. Those are, small amounts, but they all add up. Those are just extra ways that you can bring in money to pay for a coach. Number 3, this one's really hard for people, and people don't really like to mix money with friends and family. But if you know you're going to put in the work and you know you're going to get the money back with an investment, then you can ask friends or family. It's really your comfortability level with your friends or family to ask them, and you don't have to ask them for the full amount. Maybe it's just a portion, and you can find other ways to pool the money and think of terms and how you would pay them back, and just, be transparent up front. But those are some ways that you can start investing in a coach. Number 5, this is one that I hesitate offering as an option, but it is an option. And I give it with the caveat of only if you're going to do the work. Number 4 and number 5, if you use these options, I don't want you using these options unless you're actually going to do the work. Poshmark, yes, thank you, Anjali. Poshmark, yeah, that's where you can sell clothes. Unless you're going to do the work and put yourself to accountability. So if you're going to ask friends or family to borrow money, or if you're going number 5, I said use a credit card. Make sure you have lines laid out for you on how you're going to meet that demand. Business coaches can get you results, but it just really depends on where you are in your business. If you're just starting out, you may not see funds within 30 days, but you may will. It just really depends on what your focus is. So really think about, are you ready for a coach before you invest in a coach? And if you're going to use those means, make sure you have accountability to make sure you pay back all those things. I'm a little hesitant with the personal finance, a little bit background, but I've seen people pay for coaches on credit cards and they've paid off their credit card in one fell swoop. Hi, Dion. Thanks for joining. So those are 5 ways that you can find money to invest. If you have any other tips, put them in the comments. I try not to drink coffee so I don't talk a mile a minute like I did yesterday, but I feel like I really need coffee right now. So those are just some ways that you can look for money to help pay for a coach. And you can even do a flash sale with current services or products that you have in order to bring in money to pay for a coach. So that's kind of like a bonus tip. I received some questions the other day that I've saved for today, so I'm going to add since it is Ask Me Thursday. One question that I saw was, do I still need an LLC if I recently got my biz trademarked? Now, yes. So there's a twofold kind of answer to this. The thing is, an LLC is a business entity, a legal business entity, and a trademark is only protecting your intellectual property. You're going to need both. And if you can invest in that, do both, but you're going to need both. You don't drop one or the other. So the trademark really protects anyone from stealing your intellectual property, saying, so for example, I'm Profit Project Co. With that trademark, somebody else can't say they're a business coach under Profit Project Co. because everyone knows. Hi, Charlene. Thanks for joining. Because everyone knows me under that. So someone can't steal your intellectual property. But they could say they're a Profit Project Co., but they don't really have the business legal entity of an LLC. And the reason why you want to have an LLC is to protect your personal assets from your business assets. And there's some other things with that. But I have more of a video on my YouTube channel where I have Todd Jarvis, who is an attorney and colleague and friend, who talks about the importance of having an LLC, even if you're freelancing. So I definitely recommend checking that out and taking that in. But yes, even if you trademarked your brand, even if you trademarked your business name, you still will need an LLC. So make sure you can get both of them. The other question I received was, I keep seeing posts that say get an LLC and run it as an S Corp. What do they mean and why is that the best? And this is from Isabel. Okay, so this is a little in depth. When you sign up as to be an LLC, it's considered a pass-through entity. So you can have an LLC as a sole proprietor or as a partnership, but they're still considered a pass-through entity, meaning whatever profits and revenue you have, all the owners will pay taxes on that amount, not necessarily what they received payment for. Now, a lot of people, especially accountants and business strategists and consultants, will say you want to run your LLC as an S Corp. Yes and no. The reason why is if you're opting to be ran as an LLC as an S Corp, you're going to be taxed as an S Corp. But in order to be taxed an S Corp, according to the IRS, you have to pay yourself a reasonable salary. Now, whatever that is for your industry, but if your business is not bringing in enough revenue to pay you a reasonable salary, it does not make sense to get an S Corp. So from my accounting training and my accounting background, I generally don't tell my clients to opt in as an S Corp until they hit about $100,000 a year in revenue and they're able to compensate themselves like a reasonable salary. That doesn't necessarily mean you pay yourself an actual salary. It could be hourly pay, the equivalent of an hourly pay, but you have to pay yourself that position equal to what you would have if you had a job in order to be taxed as an S Corp. So I would wait. So if you have a, thanks Anjali for putting the link there. So I would wait if you're doing a side hustle and you're not there in that funds to actually pay yourself a salary or a reasonable amount that you would be paid in that job. I would wait until you get to that point and you see some consistency in that revenue, and then you can always opt in to the S Corp. There's no penalties to opt into that later, but there is certain deadlines and timelines in order to opt in for the next calendar year or fiscal year, whichever way that you opted in. So work with your bookkeeper and your tax expert to make a plan to get to that point. And the reason why you want to opt in be taxed as an S Corp, when you start paying yourself as a salary, that's considered deduction. So what you're doing is you're reducing the amount that you'll be taxable overall. So you'll be paying less taxes instead of double taxes. And it's one of that sweet spot instead of being a fully S corporation. And the part of protecting yourself from liabilities as an LLC. So it is that sweet spot. It is actually definitely recommended to be taxed as an S Corp, but I don't recommend doing that until you get to a revenue point where you can pay yourself consistently on a reasonable salary. And if you want to know what a reasonable salary is for you, you can just Google it. So whatever your position is, so let's say you're a virtual assistant, you can Google, average salary for a virtual assistant, and you can even look for your area. And because your area might be a little bit lower, so you might have that barrier of entry removed quicker if you do that. So that's all the IRS cares about, is that you're actually treating it like a business. So talk with your tax consultant. Hey girl, thanks for joining. Talk with your tax consultant about a game plan to move into being S Corp. Unless you already have the capital and funding to be fully paid on a payroll, then you can opt in. But definitely talk to your tax consultant and your business consultant to move into that when you are ready. Another question I got was, why did you name your channel The Income Statement? Okay, so my background was accounting, and if you know anything about the profit and loss statement, it's also called the income statement. And so I veered away from coaching just about business finance and more into more business strategy and mindset. But I really like the play on words for the income statement. For me, it's like an ode to my background in accounting, but also I want you to make a statement with your income. I want you to make a statement with your money. And so that was kind of the whole reason why I named my channel The Income Statement. And plus it's a play on my name, Profit Project. So I'm all about trying to make sure you are profitable, not just make money, but be profitable. So that is why I named my channel The Income Statement. So those are 3 questions that I received this week that I answered. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer. But while we're waiting for that, there are a few updates. I'm super excited. I have already opened enrollment for my free 5-day challenge. It's called Employee to CEO. And in 5 days, I'm going to teach you all the things that you need to know to incorporate mindset and the exact actions so you can build and grow a profitable business day to day. Thank you, Anjali, day to day. And so in 5 days, I'm going to make them quick, easy actions and topics. That way you don't get overwhelmed. But in 5 days, you're going to know exactly what it means to step into a profitable business owner. You may be running your business for a while, but feeling stagnant, or you're just starting out and don't really know what to do. This is a perfect way to sign up. Thanks for, thank you for putting the link in the comments, Anjali. The link is here on Instagram as well. I'll add that here, but it'll start July 13th to the 17th. We're going to be in a live Facebook pop-up group. So I'll go live teaching every day at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you want to pop in there. And there's chances to win some prizes. I'm still putting them together, but I'm thinking about pulling in a $100 Amazon gift card, a free business strategy session with me, and maybe some business book bundle to add to that. But you want to get signed up, the sooner the better, because I'm going to do probably limited spots in the group, so that way I can be able to reach everyone. But you can sign up at profitproject.co/E2C challenge. And I'm really excited about that. Other than that, I'm going to be live streaming Monday through Friday. We haven't known yet. So Mondays, I talk all things about mindset. Tuesdays, about business strategy. Wednesdays is all about wellness. I've been really getting into neuroscience and brain health, and just also ways to manage your anxiety. I know being an entrepreneur, managing your mental health and your regular health is really important. So I'm going to share those things, and I'll probably be lining up some experts to come on the live with us as well. Thursdays, is Ask Me Anything. It's the perfect way to ask any questions you have. A great pick my brain session, and have coffee with me. And then on Fridays, we're going to talk about financial tips. We're going to use my accounting background and some of my personal finance friends to add some information for you guys. Because not only do I want you to grow your business, I want you to be able to grow personally, because that's why we have our businesses. We have a dream for our life, and our businesses are supposed to support that. We're not supposed to be working our butts off just in our businesses. Well, I don't see any more questions. So pop on in tomorrow. I believe the topic is paying yourself first. That is definitely a huge topic in the personal finance. But what I'm seeing a trend with a lot of my clients and a lot of you guys out there is, when you're just starting out or within your first 3 years, you're not really paying yourself. And I'm going to talk about why that's important and how you can accelerate your growth by actually setting yourself up to pay yourself first and save profit. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you do have any questions in the meantime, go ahead and pop them in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, I have no problems answering them. All right, bye, guys.